I'm Melissa Butler, and this is my final project for EDU620. I teach 5th grade math and science, and at this time we are reviewing all of our science standards in preparation for the milestones testing. This lesson will begin by taking the students to one of our school's computer labs. This is so they can all work on the lesson at the same time. Students will first be directed to my Google website, where they will find the Assignments tab. The assignments will be listed. Once they click, they will see that the assignment is listed. Our 5th grade science is there. We list our standard, which is to obtain, evaluate, and communicate information to identify surface features on the Earth caused by constructive and/or deconstructive processes. Their essential questions are basically how can they describe the difference between deconstructive and constructive processes and how those affect Earth's surfaces. They are pretty familiar with this. We've been doing it for since really August, so this is their review. And so this is just to provide them just that refresher that they may need because it's been so long since we covered the original material. Their objective, or as we call it, their I can, would be that I can obtain and evaluate information relating to the surface features of Earth for the purpose of communicating how they are caused by constructive or deconstructive processes. They will be able to see the directions. I put that in bold so they could see that very clearly, and I would of course read the directions with them to make sure that they understood their expectations. They would start our lesson as our opening. They would all watch the same video, Earth's surface, which is found on a Vimeo site. I created this video on Powtoon, and it's really just meant to provide them a quick overview of what we've been talking about, and I feel like it's engaging because it is such a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just key points. So they'll watch through this. It's only about a minute. And then once we get done here, they can click out of that. And then they'll go into their work session. And in our work session, they would click on this Play Pause It account that I have created. They'll use their own personal logins, which they got when I added them to my class. There is my science class. I'm not going to click it because I don't want to show their names, but they'll go to the bulbs and they'll have this one assigned. It is called Ring of Fire, and this is a video that I have created in this Play Pause It account, and it's about a 30-minute video, and they watch it and it gives them these little lines here. Every line indicates a question, and these questions are meant to assess their comprehension of the video, and it's really things that they already have an idea about. So since this is a review, they will get immediate feedback. Every time they answer one of these questions, it tells them whether or not it is correct, and then it allows them to choose another answer if it is incorrect. But once they get to the end of the video, it gives them their scores. And their scores will help them decide, do they need to go to the remediation portion of the lesson, or can they go on to the extension activity? If they've missed more than 2 questions, they are instructed to go to the remediation activity, and this is on our USA Test Prep site that we used all the time. They're very familiar with this site. They have their own logins. Not sure if, it'll take me to mine here. Theirs, of course, will be different. In theirs, they'll go in, it'll be just their name, and they'll have their assignments. And in their assignments, they should be able to find the one that I gave to them here, Earth's surface features. And they would click on this assignment. For me, it's not going to show this actual assignment, but for them, they'll go in and it'll be a series of tasks that they can do, and it'll give them questions that help them review. And then once they get to the end of this, they'll have a score. And the really cool thing I like about USA Test Prep as an assessment tool is once I have their scores, it tells me I can go to specific students and it tells me whether or not they've mastered that activity. And if I need to assign them more to remediate them in this area, with the click of a button, I can assign them stuff that is specific to their needs. And that's why I love to use USA Test Prep for as an assessment tool. The last thing they need to do in their lesson, once they've finished, well, the extension activity is for the other kids is to go to the Epic Books site, which they love, and they can log in. This is another thing they use quite often, and they have their own specific login, and they are instructed to find this particular book, Plate Tectonics and Disasters. And it's just a quick story for them. Like I said, it is a review. Once they have finished with their story, though, they are allowed to write a book report and get credit for it using their Tumble Books form. And every time they fill out one of these book report forms, they get a pizza coupon. So they love this as an incentive to get out and read their books. Once everyone is done with either their remediation activity or the extension activity, then we go into our closing. And in our closing activity, we'll watch a Bill Nye video. And this one is specific to plate tectonics. Once again, they love Bill Nye. We watch Bill Nye quite often. They think he's funny. So anytime they get to watch Bill Nye, it is a great day for them. And that really just sums up our activities for this lesson and for this particular assignment.